Hey, I hope you like seeing me here again. I really started liking these live things. And it's so we gathered here today to talk with Wilma. Wilma is another person, another coach that graduated. It sounds just like weird, but who were in my manifesting business program that we just ended. And those girls are awesome. They do awesome things. They all have slightly different approach to manifestation, but they all teach, explain love of assumption. Oh yeah, I see you here. I see you here. Let me invite you. Let me invite you. So Vilma's invited. Hey everyone here. Hey Carlos. Hey, greetings from Poland at the moment. Hey.
Hi, Koti.
Oh, you're here. Oh, sorry. I kicked you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hi. I just, it's the first time I'm going live on Insta. I have absolutely zero knowledge of Insta, so so sorry I
Oh,
got a little late.
so welcome. Welcome here. I was just introducing you and just uh, hey, and just telling just telling those lovely people who are watching us who you are, where are you from, and that you're also a manifestation coach.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the introduction.
Uh-huh. So let me ask you why you are a manifestation coach.
That's a very, very, very interesting question. Why am I a manifestation coach? So basically, this is something that just actually happened. It's not that my lifelong dream was to be a manifestation coach. In fact, as a child, I wanted to be a hairstylist and a makeup artist. So that's what I was pursuing. But in the year 2010, which is like around 12 years, no more than 10 years back, 2010, 12 years back, sorry. I found this book, The Secret, and I started learning about the law of attraction at that time. Okay, right now, as you already know, the situation is completely different. We are following law of assumption. And it changed my life so much. Even the law of attraction changed my life so much that I said that, I used to be extremely negative and I used to I thought life basically sucked. Okay. And I was this miserable girl who was always complaining, always cribbing, and trying to. I was very religious, so I was trying to please God all the time, so that God will be happy with me, and finally I will get what I want. Like sort of
Mm-hmm.
conditioning.
Yeah.
So when I read The Secret, and I realized that your thoughts are what create your reality, which I know now is not entirely true, but at that time, I started working with a few affirmations and visualizations, and they started working. Like I started manifesting things, and I realized that, okay, I have the control, and it made me so happy. It changed me so much that I actually got into this phase of toxic positivity, which happens with people in the law of attraction because you're supposed to keep your vibration high and all. But still, I was so convinced that it changed my life so much that I started teaching people for free. I created a WhatsApp group, and I just started posting positive quotes, and people would just call me, and I would just help them with their relationships, with their money flows, with stuff. And then people started telling me, you're really giving results, you're doing this so well, why don't you become a coach? So I started reading certain books online, like The Science of Getting Rich and all. And 10 years into my journey, actually, I stumbled upon this amazing thing called the law of assumption and the works of Neville Goddard. And then the whole game changed. I mean, it was literally like manifestation was something that I would do every day. It was like the air I breathe. And I said, um, I just need to tell people about this because I realized that it is so easy to manifest. And another thing that another big reason why I became a manifestation coach is because I had this thing called bipolar disorder, and I was diagnosed. I was clinically diagnosed, and it was hereditary. My father had it too. So I was told that I will have to be on antidepressants for the rest of my life. And using the law of assumption, and just changing my state. Okay, I have been completely off meds for like more than 3 years now, and it's like I cannot believe that it is possible to be this happy sometimes,
I know.
I mean, like, I can't believe that it can be this simple. Obviously, we all have our phases and we all get into these so-called states, like Neville says, that, you will get fall off your state and you might get into a little bit of negativity or sadness. But that hope, that having that knowing, not even the hope is the wrong word actually, having that knowing that, you know what, this is a temporary phase. I know how to manifest myself out of this phase. So once I'm, done with all the drama and I'm fed up of the drama, I can just do it. And it is so easy. And it is so, it's just, I feel that, this should be taught in schools. This should be the first thing that children should be taught,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like in kindergarten, maybe. That's the first thing that they should be taught, the law of assumption.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
I
see
think
that. Yep. Sorry.
no,
Go.
no, no, no. So that's the reason why, I think you, me, and a lot of other people who are like teaching people about the law of assumption. I think the biggest motivator for all of us is that we have realized that it is so easy. And generally outside, like outside the world of the law of assumption, people think life is a struggle and you have to struggle and you have to strive and you have to work hard. And when you come to know that it is so easy, I think it is a little selfish to not share it with the world, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Like people who, yeah, know it, get it, are successful with it, end up sharing that with other people. Some became like coaches, like we are here, but some other just they keep sharing with people, right? Because when you see, oh yeah, that is working, you share it with other people. And one thing before we continue, because I see like someone has a question here. So we are not letting anyone into our life, okay? I'm sorry, guys, but just like type any question that you have to me, for Vilma, for both of us. Just type them in the comments, and at the end, we'll just scroll, follow, and answer all of that. So, like, go ahead. That's why we are here to, yeah, to share what we know. And but like jumping straight back to what we are talking about, I have to admit that I had no idea about like your health journey. That was something completely new for me. It was like a great win, great, great story. Congratulations in it. But you said very briefly, right? I just changed my state, and I know that there will be like, people who will be watching us and wanting to know more. Okay, so what exactly have you done to
So,
change your state and shift your whole like health situation?
I will give you both the scenarios. When I was working with the law of attraction, it was literally a hit and miss every day, because it was like I have to keep on manifesting, keep on being on a positive state, and keep on keeping my vibration high, and it was so difficult to maintain. I would feel that if I have a negative thought, that I'm spiraling back into the depression. So basically, my state, or what, like how you say, my identity, what I identified myself as, or what I described my health situation, my mental health situation was that I am bipolar. Okay, and that's the famous I am, as you know. So I
Mm-hmm.
would say that I am bipolar, but I am dealing with it. I am working around it, and I am positive most of the time. I try to be positive most of the time, and it was like a lot of work and work and work. And somewhere, without even knowing Neville,
Uh-huh.
even before I got to know the law of assumption, one day I got fed up of, manifesting daily and having to be in a high vibe. And I just decided that I should be allowed to feel sad if I want to feel sad. But that doesn't mean that my sadness should convert into a depression. It's just something that should be continuous. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
should do it once. I should do it once or twice. And that's it. And somewhere, even before I knew about the law of assumption, I came across this. I was just watching some YouTube videos like we all do. And I came across this I remember when technique. And generally, when I'm speaking, I don't say I remember when, but I say I used to do this. So, like earlier, when I was a hairstylist, earlier
Mm-hmm.
I was a hairstylist. Now I'm no longer a hairstylist. So I say that I used to be a hairstylist, right? So I started saying, okay, not even as an affirmation, but I started saying I used to have bipolar. That's it. That's literally all I
Mm-hmm.
did. And a few days, every time I had this whole thing coming up about being depressed and all, I just imagined that I'm telling my friends and I'm telling different people that I used to have bipolar, not that I am bipolar anymore. And it's that's like my own tweak on the I remember when technique, actually. And before I it's the funny thing is, and that's the beauty of getting into states, you don't even know when your manifestation has arrived. There was a day when I just realized that I get sad, but I don't get depressed, I don't get suicidal. It's
Mm-hmm.
not that miserable feeling of just falling and falling and falling, and like it's not that cyclical pattern anymore. I'm just done with it. I do feel sad sometimes, I do feel upset about things, and I do feel irritated. And obviously we are all human beings, and we are supposed to have our negative thoughts, and um that doesn't mean that we are going to get punished for it, right? Which earlier I used to feel that every time I have a negative thought, I'm going to get punished for it. And yeah, like one day I just remembered, it just struck me that, oh wow, I'm not depressed anymore. I don't have this horrible feeling of depression anymore. It's just like, mild sadness which just goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so easy to come out of it.
It's
And
amazing because you did it by freeing yourself. Because so many people like start there, and yeah, I was also starting there, right? By trying to, yeah, I want to be a positive person. Also because we are again like what's in the mainstream, what meaning, what do we see first when we start this journey, right? Is yeah, be positive, like have positive thoughts and you will attract positive things. Yeah, so here I am and my life is crap. Yeah, I want to be more positive about it. And I very often that's yeah, hitting the head, hitting the forehead through the. What's going on with my English?
I was just
Hitting
trying
my
to something.
head, right? Because oh yeah, right now I know, or to give a very simple metaphor, right? If I eat something and I don't like it on my plate, I stop and choose something else. I don't affirm or change to or try to like change myself or like talk myself into yeah, I actually like it. No, it's not over salted. No, I like it. I'm like so positive about it, right? Like no one does it. No one does it with food, but in the same time, here I am and I want to live my dream life. Yeah, so let's take my crappy job and make me love it. That's the pub, right? That's the
Yes,
pub. And
I
just,
think,
yeah.
yeah. It's like the trap of toxic positivity. And what I think I love the most about the law of attraction, I keep saying the law of attraction. I don't know why.
I
What
know
I
it.
love,
That's normal.
because
Like,
we hear it so much more than the law of assumption, which is like so not fair. So what I love the most about the law of assumption is that uh, you know uh, it gives me scope to be human and enjoy my human nature as well. Like, I'm allowed to be sad, I'm allowed to be negative, I'm allowed to be to have my tantrums and to be irritated, and that doesn't mean that my manifestation is not going to come. It means that my manifestation is still on the way, and I can still manifest everything. And this is such a big question that I get to see in so many law of attraction forums, and on Reddits, etc., where people are talking about law of attraction per se, the
mm-hmm.
law of attraction. Like, you attract things. That, can I still manifest, can I still attract things while I'm depressed? And yes, you can be depressed, you can be upset, you can just want to jump off a cliff, and you can still manifest whatever the hell you want to manifest. And that has been so liberating for me, to where I can be myself, whatever that is. And at the same time, I can be the master manifester of my reality. And it's a lifestyle, it's life. Manifestation is what your life is, basically. You are just
Mm-hmm.
living. You're just that understanding that, okay, fine, I'm going through a state right now, and that's it. It's just something that I'm identifying with. And if I, like you said, if I don't like it, I just change it. I
Mm-hmm.
know that I can change it. And I think that's the biggest benefit of being a conscious manifester. Even if you haven't manifested everything, I don't think there is you can say that, my life is completely sorted, I have manifested everything and I am done. No, we are always going to have desires, and we are always going to want to manifest more things and more things and more things. And that is the beauty of it. That's what makes life interesting. And there are going to be challenges, and there are going to be hurdles. But at the same time, when you live with the knowing that I can get out of this state and choose something different any moment,
Mm-hmm.
and it is so easy. I remember before understanding the law of assumption, I used to sit and clear my negative beliefs and clear my past life karma, and like
Been
this
there, done
life
that. Yeah.
karma. Yeah, and negative beliefs. And I used to just keep on clearing and clearing and clearing. And I was doing this modality, I don't want to take names, but I was doing this modality where we were told that, you have entities and you have demons. And we were sitting and clearing demons and clearing entities. And I used to do that like almost 3 hours, 4 hours a day consciously. I was like wasting my life doing that.
So maybe I will stop you here and like say something that may be very important for people, right? Because we say here, yeah, love of assumption, love of attraction, people who like teach about demons and stuff. So here in the flesh, right? We are all humans. And what we can get with our head is what we can get in our head, and all of that, all of those ideas on how things work, do we attract by like being a vibrational match, or we push out based on state? Those are all concepts, like human made concepts. And yeah, I will say it's like possible that it all happens in a totally different way that we all here think. It's something that, yeah, we haven't thought about yet, or something that just absolutely not possible to get for a human mind, right? And they are people who, so why, I will maybe some of Vilma already answered, right? Why we are here and why we teach manifestation. And the very short answer is because it has changed our life and gave us so many positive things, and yeah, made us powerful, like for real, that we keep sharing it. And people who share other stuff, people who share, yeah, just get happy and like everything like will be better, they share it because they did it and they saw the positive change. All right. And people who, yeah, talk about demons, like people believe in like gods, demons, angels, and all of that since how long the mankind is, right? So it's not a new concept. It just, yeah, how I see, how I experience it working. People share it. We're here into the love of assumption. Love of assumption can be boring for some. There are like not so many, how to even call it? Not so many, toys. The techniques are kind of boring. They're like no rituals. You don't need candles. You can have like no idea, not only what like the moon phase is, you can also have like no idea what day it is or what hour it is. Like doesn't matter. All right. It can be so boring.
Absolutely, absolutely. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. Sometimes, like I also think that, oh, should I do? Sometimes, when I get impatient and, sometimes when I get in my stubborn state and I feel, or in my crazy state sometimes, and I think that, oh, my manifestation is not coming. So let me say affirmations. Let me, pull it together, pull it, let me attract it somehow so that it comes closer, let me get into vibrational alignment with it. And I still think sometimes that, let me go watch a video of maybe Abraham Hicks or something, but even start those videos sometimes, but then I'm like, oh my god, this is so complicated, I cannot do this anymore. it is
Mm-hmm.
so it is just now that an easier way of life, you might want to create drama in your life, because sometimes, when life is just, you just have everything, and you know that the things that you may not have yet, but you want, you desire, you are going to get them. So there is nothing to worry about. And sometimes as human beings, we are so addicted to worry that we feel that, there's something blank. Like, it has happened with me. I used to be so depressed and suicidal, and I used to think that I'm a failure and life is bad, and at that time I used to sit and cry, and I used to affirm, life is beautiful and perfect, life is beautiful and perfect, even though I wouldn't believe it. But I thought that, now that I'm being depressed, I'm going to attract more depression, and I'm going to go more into that depression, and that fear and that desperation used to be, there was so much drama. There was
Mm-hmm.
so much drama. And now, when sometimes I just sit and I think that, it's just so blissful, so peaceful. And then after a few days of that, I feel that, I'm getting a little bored.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you that one. I think we have slight difference in a voice, and then we sometimes talk in the same time that we don't hear. There's something. Okay.
Okay.
Question. Don't you think it's habitual?
Uh,
Seeking for drama when we are so used to just living based on drama. I think I am like I learned I learned.
oh, is that your cat?
Yeah, I think I've learned to seek the same emotions in the same places, right? We love when there's like a lot. We love intensity. And some people, like me in the past, I was so addicted to, it's like, hard to say it, like to pain. I was
Yes,
seeking for painful situations to give me that kick. And I wasn't even thinking that, yeah, I can be like happy in that way. like so much that I get my kick from there. All right? And they are people who seek fear, love, like being in love. They are people who are addicted from this like early phase of being in a relationship. All right? And people who really need to be scared. And so on and so on and so on. Like, tell me if you agree on this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the thing is that we can say this with so much ease right now, that yes, we used to be addicted to pain. We used to be addicted to drama and trauma. The reason why we can get out of it so easily right now, even if we do get into it, and we're not afraid of getting into it, is because we know that it's just a state. And one other reason that, I would like to really say this, to the as an answer to the question, why did you become a manifestation coach? When I started reading about the law of assumption, when I started reading Neville's works, I started following you, I started following 2020, and thanks to you guys, it became so easy to understand what Neville is trying to tell. Like, I think I purchased your book, uh, that book, the manifestation, your
Manifestation script,
manifestation,
yeah.
yes, manifestation script. And I just bought it and I just read it within the next 1 hour, and I had total clarity on what I needed to do. It was just so easy, so detailed. I mean, and it is such a small book. It's not like thousands of pages and read and read and read and affirmations and this and that. It's just so simply put, Koti. And I am so grateful that there are people like you and people like 2020 who are putting out content, on a daily basis, so that people like us can find it and literally change our lives. And I am so grateful to you guys, and I'm so grateful to, any other. I mean, I think you and 2020 are the people that I'm following the most, because I really, really love your content. I love the way you make things so simple. I don't think I would have understood Neville if I would not be simultaneously following your content as well. I mean, so uh, I mean,
But I will
that
stop you here, and I will notice that there are like thousands of people who follow my content, right? Still, not everyone really are successful. So the person who really did it and have done it, it's you, because you put what you learn into practice. Because it's not possible, guys, anyone who's watching us, it's just not possible at all to learn how to manifest from theory. You can't learn anything from theory, I guess. You can learn how to do, you can learn swimming from a book, and you can't learn cooking from a YouTube video, right? You have to actually do it. So after watching, you are doing it. Or after reading, you go to the swimming pool, and after learning, yeah, reading, watching stuff on the law of assumption, always the law of attraction also. You have to actually apply it and then notice how is it working for you. And maybe I will toss one more thing here, because there was a lot about this. I remember one technique, right, that you are saying I used to. So for those who like don't know this technique and what is it about, it's about putting myself in the position where I feel that I relate to something that has happened in the past, but yeah, it doesn't affect me anymore. That was the complicated thing, right? But okay, so for example, when you are da 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 da, when you just when you are leaving your work, oh yeah, you are leaving your job and it's your last week there ever. You are in 3D, you are still working there. But you already feel that, yeah, that's not mine. That's, yeah, or even before it's official, when you are just thinking, oh no, I'm quitting. I don't want to work here anymore. That's not the place for me. And you feel it. I don't belong it. In a moment, there is something completely different, and you feel that what you experience right now in 3D, that's kind of already a past. That's how you naturally do. I remember when, and consciously using as a technique. It's not about words. Just saying, yeah, I used to, or I remember, or whatever like that. It won't do anything for you, because it's about the feeling. It's about the feeling that, yeah, that one, it's dying. It's dying. That's not me anymore. Oh yeah, I'm living here and I'm moving. So yeah, it's like technically, it's like still my address, still my things. I live here, right? But I'm moving, so yeah, it's like, oh, it's not my neighborhood already. I hope that is clear. That is the core of I remember when, and you can put it in any kind of words that you want, or you can skip using the words at all, yeah, and just go for that feeling that, yeah, I remember that. I can somehow relate to it. That's something from my past, but that's not true anymore. That's it, guys. Sorry.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's such a simple technique, and I think this is the only thing that I've used that technique for actually. That uh, the I remember when technique, because I think even that is a little complicated when you understand states. And again, I would like to tell everybody who's on this live right now and who's going to be watching the live later on, that if anybody in the I think the your states masterclass is the best ever example and explanation of states of consciousness that I have ever come across. Is so simple. And like, even when I was reading Neville, I used to think that I have to do sats every day, and I have to repeat the same thing again and again and again. And I am a kind of person that I get bored of things very easily. I like a lot of excitement and different things happening in my life. And I can't even repeat the same affirmation for a long time. Or I don't like I obviously don't do affirmations anymore, but when I would do affirmations, it was so boring to repeat the same affirmation or to visualize the same scene again and again and again. And after I read your manifestation script, and after I attended your states masterclass, and I think I have attended all your masterclasses. And I would really like to take this as a platform to, like, thank you, Koti. And this is not an advertisement, but like, people will really think that we are advertising this. But honestly, the simplicity and the clarity with which you have explained states is something that it's beyond what even Neville was teaching. It's much simpler, much doable, much more, I would call it, practical manifesting. And once you know that it is that simple, once you know the simplicity of it, why would you not do it? Why would you not use it to get everything you want? And I mean everything, like literally everything.
Thank you.
So yeah. So I think you inspired me more than anything else to actually. I mean, obviously, I was a coach, and I was teaching different modalities and angel healing, and I was also doing the tarot and a lot of other things. I was doing everything. I was doing family constellations. I was doing tarot. I was doing clearings. I was doing demon clearings, negative energies, house clearings, this, that, and it was so insane because In fact, just before knowing the law of attraction assumption, sorry, I was even going to get into shamanism. I was thinking that, I've tried everything and now let me become a shamanic healer. And it was like a never ending cesspool kind of a thing. And I'm like so grateful. I know I manifested, obviously. I know that I made the choice and it was my decision to actually uh, check stuff. But I remember I came across your blog, livingwithneville.com, and after that, like, I just got it. And sort of that whole that whole phase of my life really inspired me that, what, I think I wish to do my bit as well. Like, like I said, it's just once you know this, it's like, if I come across a good shampoo, I would want all my friends to use that shampoo and I would want everybody to use that shampoo, right? So when we can do it for something like a shampoo, this is about your life. This is about your life. And I would also like to say one more thing about this whole thing about, some people, they think that, watching a YouTube video is going to teach them everything they want to know about manifestation, right? So I remember when I was a makeup artist, one of my makeup artists said that, one of the girls in the academy where I was studying, she wanted to do a laser surgery. And he said, come, I'll do your laser surgery. I just saw a YouTube video of how to do an eye laser surgery. And we all laughed. So it's like, you wouldn't learn how to, like you said, you wouldn't learn swimming from a YouTube video. You have to go and do it. You need a coach. You need somebody who has done the work to be able to take you through it step by step by step. And that's where a coach comes in. And there are so many people who say that, oh, you don't need a coach, you don't need this, you don't need that. And then at the end of it, when you ask them, what have you manifested? They would have probably manifested like one thing. Like, I've literally spoken to people, to understand their where they are coming from and why would they say that you don't need a coach. I think it is so wonderful that there are so many people, there are so many coaches and mentors in different fields that are, giving us their services, and they have walked the path and they're making it so easy for us. I mean, uh, it's just such a no-brainer, right? Yeah.
So I will do an advert right now, okay, for anyone watching, okay, for taking you step by step, giving you a full support on this and really explaining how does it work, the Powerful as Fuck program and manifestation, which I started using the second part of the name, the Powerful as Fuck, mostly lately because guys are asking if it's also for them. So yeah, like you can be a man and you can join and you can like learn cool stuff there. I'm like super excited like to share everything because that's really the first God, cool. Okay. That's really the first one. The first program like that I ever put together. But let's like leave the adverts on the side for now. And I will remind you, if you are watching us and you have a question to me, to Wilma, to both of us, please type them. We'll answer them in a moment. I have one more question, Wilma, for you. And that question is, what is your favorite way of changing your state? How do you do it?
My favorite way of changing my state is just change it. Actually, it's become such a way of life that, I honestly don't even don't even think about it. I just decide. I think the main the number one thing that you need to do is just decide that, you know what, I just want to be this person. I want to, for example, the other day I was just, you know, and there are different ways in which you can do it. There is no set way. There is no one way. It's just, it's just kind of, how do I call it? A movement in consciousness. Like it's just
Okay, but people always want to know, do you first call your former state, or do you are going like very specific on the state that you want to occupy? Or you just, oh yeah, I want to be someone who, I don't know, has a new fridge, if you are manifesting a fridge to your apartment, or give details, give details.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me give details. So basically, I have studied neuro-linguistic programming, so I know that there are three kinds of people when it comes to using their imagination. Uh, when it comes to using our imagination, we are primarily visual. So some people can see in images, some people
Mhm.
can hear. They are very good. They're auditory, and some people are kinesthetic, so they can feel things, when they are visualizing. They may not be able to see a picture, but they can feel things. So in my case, many years back, because I knew about the laws of manifestation, I decided that I will not have one or the other, because like I said, I like changing things up. So sometimes, I just see an image. I just get into that image. Like, I'll give a small example. Like, my visa process was a little stuck, and Koti knows this story. My visa process was stuck, and we were doing this program, Limitless Fulfillment, with Koti. And in that, I was like, oh my God, I wanted to go to India for my brother-in-law's wedding. And I was like, oh my God, my visa process is stuck. I'm not getting an appointment. I won't be able to go for the wedding and all of that. And I remember you asked me that, if you would go there, what would you do? What would you be doing right now? And I said, I would be dancing with my sister-in-law. And I would be having a lot of fun with my life. Like, basically, I would be dancing. I would be with my family. It would be so fun. And that's it. In that moment, for a split second, I actually saw myself dancing with my sister-in-law. I actually had fun, and I had fun right now in that moment, even though I was not in India, even though my visa process was not done. And within a week, my visa process was done, and it was like an impossible situation. There were no appointments available. So that is when I just saw, I just saw the visual. There are times when I do use congratulatory conversations, or when I do hear something, like I hear, my husband telling me something. Like, if I want to, for example, look very good in an outfit, I actually hear my husband telling me that, you know what, you're looking amazing in this. And that is like a change of state where,
Mhm.
I know that I'm going to manifest looking amazing. And that is the way I do it. And sometimes I just get the feeling of it. So, how would I feel? I don't see a picture, I don't hear anything, but how would I feel if this were true? And for
Mhm.
example, like, uh, a classic thing that every one of us has tried is how to manifest $1 million. And no, I have not manifested $1 million yet. But of course,
Yet.
we have yet. Yes, like I love to say that. I have not manifested it yet, but of course, I know that it's done. So basically, there was this time when I was trying to manifest. I was like, how do I manifest $1 million? And I just said that, how would I feel if I would manifest $1 million? How would I feel when I'm talking to maybe a friend, when I'm just sitting for a coffee with a friend? And I didn't even see the coffee table. I did not even bother which friend I was sitting with, but I knew how I was feeling in that moment. And it was just capturing the feeling of it. And there are so many things that I have manifested by just capturing the feeling of it. No image, no sound, nothing. Just getting it. Like, of course, there is this cult favorite book, Feeling is the Secret. And I just feel, and sometimes that feeling can just be a feeling of,
Mhm.
a feeling of just knowing. It's like, this is what I love about the whole manifesting process and the whole manifesting through the law of assumption process, that there is no rule, there is no hard and fast rule, and, way to do it as such, like a method that, if you don't do this method, then you will not get it. It's not like that. You do what works for you. You can imagine a scene, you can imagine a conversation, you can get into the feeling, or you can do all three, all of them
And
together.
more. And more, like way more guys watching us. There are way more sensory
There are so
triggers that you
many.
can use to manifest something. It can be smell, it can be touch, it can be a memory, it can be like so many things. Like about 2 weeks ago, I was sharing a free training. I was like teaching a free training here on Instagram about it. I was linking in like on stories yesterday, but I can of course share it one more time. Um, for you, so watch it, and of course we'll be covering way more about it, about how to imagine successfully, so then you can just do nothing and enjoy your manifestation coming in Powerful Spark program, of course.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm so sure it's going to be such a rocking experience for everybody.
Okay, so let's go to the questions. I guess we have only more. If you are watching us right now and you have questions about states, I remember when, like anything, really anything, please ask them in the comments. And I'm scrolling up because there was a question from, I'm very sorry, but I guess I have no idea how to pronounce it. But the question is, I don't know what the question is actually, because it goes like, I have a strong thought. One thought I chant every second. World see me every second. World is scared of my personality because I chant every second this thought. Give me suggestions. But suggestions on what? Probably it would be
I
very
think
healthy to stop doing it, but like Vilma, go ahead.
I thought so as well. So my question, I have a counter question here. Why do you want the world to be scared of your personality? I mean, what is your motivation behind that? I think it's coming from a place of I might be wrong. I need to know more to be able to really comment on this. But from the look of it, it looks like it's coming from a place of uh, having a scary personality in order to have an influence on the world. And I think I would like to go back to, I don't remember which lecture this is, but there is this Neville Goddard lecture where, and there is also a very famous Neville Goddard uh, concept, which is everyone is yourself pushed out. So if you want the world to be scared of your personality,
I'm not
it is,
sure if he wants to this words to be scared or if
uh-huh.
that's the effect that he thinks is happening. Are you still here with us? Because that question is not really like for me at least it's not clear,
Okay,
but
even
I
I
feel
am
like
just scrolling up.
I am chanting words see me.
World see me. Okay, so if this is about being visible in the world, if it is about the world seeing you, I will give you an example which I got from this movie. Okay, I love watching Netflix. I love watching movies because and I love watching success stories. Like I love watching literally natural, because obviously, even whether you know it or not, even people who don't know about conscious manifestation are ultimately manifesting your life, manifesting their lives, because you manifest who you think you are, right? So there is this movie I saw, it's quite a famous movie, Indian movie, where this guy, MS Dhoni, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who is a very famous Indian cricketer, uh, you know, he he his family was not very willing to allow him to become a cricketer because they felt that there is no future in cricket. And this guy had this dream of becoming a world famous cricketer, which he has become right now. And there is this beautiful scene where he's actually he takes up a job as a ticket collector at a train station. Okay, his father forces him to take up the job, and there is this point where he has to decide whether to continue in the job or whether to pursue his dream of cricket, of becoming a cricketer. And he's sitting at the station and he literally hears people cheering his name. He hears it. That scene is, it's so moving. He literally hears people saying, screaming his name, like, Dhoni, 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 like as if he's just coming on a cricket pitch. And there are so many people shouting out his name. And in that moment, he just quits his job, takes the train, goes on to become a cricketer, and he's one of the best Indian cricketers. He won the World Cup for India. So he's one of the best cricketers like the world has seen, I guess. And
Mm-hmm.
I think if you actually relate to what we are speaking here, it's about getting into that state. And like I said, you could see a scene, you could see yourself in front of a stage of people and they're clapping because you just said something that, that really blew their minds. Or people are cheering out your name, or just getting to the feeling of how would you feel if the world would see you, if you would be so visible that how would you feel? And
Mm-hmm.
it's literally that simple. It's literally the decision that you make, that I will now be the person who the world sees.
Mm-hmm. And skip adding, being or combining, being scared, for being scary
That's a
to
condition,
being
right?
seen, because that's not
Yes.
the
In
same
fact,
thing.
what if you could be loved? What if you could be loved and adored by millions of people? What if you could be a celebrity? What if that is what you actually want? I like I said, we cannot really uh, give the perfect answer to this unless we know a little more. But this,
Mm-hmm.
from the limited information that we have in the comments, this is what I think, like, is what you're looking for. And
Yeah, so if you will like be back on this chat, let us know. Let us know if that was it, if that's your answer, or we're totally wrong on your intentions here. Okay, I don't see any other questions. So Vilma, is it anything you want to share? Anything you want to add? Actually, we are talking for an hour already, so that is
oh
why.
my god, is that
So I guess that's absolutely the time to end it, to finish it.
yeah,
Uh,
I think the last thing that I would like to say is, again, I would like to go back to a Neville Goddard quote where he says, "Be doers of the word and not hearers only." And a lot of times, because there is so much information, you know, we fall into a trap. Like, it has happened with me as well. Okay, I am equally guilty as charged in this regard, where we keep on watching YouTube videos and keep on, consuming content on Insta, on Facebook, and there is so much content, or you're reading Neville's lectures, and all that is well and fine, but till you actually implement it, till you actually imagine, get into the state. And trust me, guys, it is literally, it might take you a split second.
mhm,
So, like, there are so many coaches out there. There is Koti, there is me, there are so many other people. Find somebody who you resonate with and make this, implement it. See it for yourself. Uh, it's without a coach, it's going to be very, very easy to fall into this trap of, trying to consume knowledge and, oh, I know, I need to know more, I need to know more, to keep falling into the trap. The game, the way to win the game is to implement what you know. You know all of it. If you have been following law of assumption for like even a month, you know it. It is very simple. It's a very, very, very simple concept. There is no, there, it's not rocket science. The key is to implement it. And I mean, again, I'm really not advertising, but I have done so many classes with Koti and so many things with Koti. And I think that today, where I stand, grateful to Koti, without your stuff, I would never be where I am right now. So, like,
Thank you.
I really think that implementation is the key, guys. Don't fall into the trap of only consuming knowledge, because knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. That's what Tony Robbins says.
I can't agree more. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone who are watching us, even for a moment. Everyone who will be watching the replay. All right. Thank you, Vilma, for being my guest here and sharing your awesome story and like so many, many, many tips actually on using the law of assumption effectively on a daily basis. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Of course, there will be a replay. The replay will be available here on Instagram and or YouTube, and I will like share out all of the links, all of the links to what we were talking about, the links to find Vilma where she's sharing her knowledge. And thank you so much, and see you again, guys. And see you
Thank you,
again,
guys.
Vilma.
And thank you for inviting me. Take care. Bye bye.